Well, hello everyone. It's Shanti Ties here, Profit Mode Financial Services. Today I wanted to talk to you about mindset, and mindset is so important as it pertains to your success and altitude as it pertains to business. Recently, in a post that I saw by this man, his name is Alex Hormozi. He's made over hundreds of millions of dollars online, and he talks about if he was to go back to a regular salary, a 5-figure salary, the thing that he would invest in the most with all his surplus would be self-development and pretty much self-improvement products, whether they're books or classes and things of that nature. So I wanted to highlight two books that I either read or listened to on Audible. And one of the most powerful books that I read in 2023 would be this book. It's called Change Your Mind by R.J. Spina. This is actually a very, very powerful book because so many times a lot of us don't realize that we are actually programmed from the time that we came here until now, and it's based on video programs as far as television, music, and then also within the school system, there's a certain programs that were in place to keep us compliant and to keep us in a certain state of control, but it isn't necessarily to our benefit. And so in order for you to break through a certain threshold and to get to the next level, you have to understand that some of these old beliefs have to be left behind. We're in 2024 now. It's a new year and it's a new day and it's a new time for us to start to, making sure that we step into our potential. And so one of the things that this book does, it actually helps you to uncover those detrimental, beliefs, thoughts, and ideas that you may have that may have kept you safe before, because that's the way our brain is operating. If we see something that is reminiscent of something that happened to us that was harmful, it will, in some instances, it can actually stop us from progression because we no longer may need that as a warning sign. And so with this book, it gives you like different exercises to do that is going to allow you to uncover some of these detrimental beliefs. So essentially, you're going to be able to be more conscious of what you're thinking about. And it helps you to, these exercises help you to kind of boil down or get down to the real root cause of a negative emotion that you may be feeling, whether it's anger or anxiety or, sadness. So whenever you feel these emotions come up, and I was able to uncover some things in pertaining to business, which was crazy. I was waiting on, it was something simple. And a lot of times we don't even realize the depth and just the depth of how bad that we're programmed. And, starting from, the idea of that some people believe that money is the root of all evil. So that actually prevents them from making more money. Some people believe that you have to work really, really, really extremely hard in order to make a living. And if you look around the internet, that's not true. You have individuals who are setting up intellectual property and simply running ads to it, and they're able to make a great living. So there are certain belief systems that are actually limiting you from your fullest potential. So I had something as simple as I was waiting on ink to come in, and I had all of these goals and things that I wanted to do, and I wanted to launch this new thing. And so it finally came in, and I felt this sense of fear come over me. And I was in the midst of reading this book. And one of the things that you do is you ask yourself, why are you fearful, or whatever the negative emotion is? And you keep on asking yourself the question, and you're coming up with, you're able to, internally, have responses to your question to yourself. And when this fear came over me, long story short is I kept, pulling back the layers. And long story short, it was a fear of being overwhelmed by the workload. So my fear of being overwhelmed is actually stopping the progression of revenue generation. And if I would not have read this book and stopped to do the exercise, or do the exercise during that part, that I was going through this, I would have never been conscious of what I was doing subconsciously. So I would definitely highly, highly, highly recommend this book. Another aspect it talks about is energy recognition. So it helps you with the energy recognition part, helps you to understand and realize when your energy is being drained or when your energy is being recharged based on the activities that you have done or currently doing, or the people that you are around. So this book is so important because a lot of people put money on a pedestal before time and before their energy, when in actuality your time and your energy is what creates money. And it also, not only money, but it also creates the type of life that you want for yourself. So if you are constantly putting money before everything else, it's going to, if there's not a change, it's going to cause a lot of regret and a lot of imbalance in your life, so to speak. So for going forward for 2024, it's going to be very important that we're mindful of our energy, that we're mindful if we start to feel drained, that we're mindful of, if we're carrying these belief systems into a life that we want. If we want a life of abundance, but we have a poverty mindset, we're going to continue to, make money and then go back to zero. There's certain things that have to be uprooted, uplifted, and replaced with the positive belief system and emotion that you want. So if you're constantly thinking of lack, if you think money is the root of all evil, if you think that you're going to have to work tremendously harder to get to where you want to go, that's going to be a detriment to your success. Because another thing that I found is you don't have to do everything. You can delegate, you can hire people, you can put things in place to where you can scale and it can be automated. You don't have to work your fingers to the bone in order to make a great living. You put things in place to where, that's more passive. You don't have to, work your brawn all the time, work more of your brain. And that's why it's important for us to constantly look for information and seek out information that's going to help us get to the next level. Because if you're never expanding, if you're never adding anything to your brain, you're always going to be stuck. Books, classes, and information are pretty much stepping stones to the next level. They're stepping stones to the next level. So literally, I finished this book within about a week and a half. This has changed your mind. Now I'm reading the book. It's called Owning Your Mind, which is really good. But I'm going to talk about that later because I haven't finished that. But another book that I want to talk about is the 12-week year. And let me see if I have here it is. Hold on one second. The 12-week year, it's on Audible. I'm going to pull it up here. So let me see if you can see that. So the 12-week year, this is a really good book. It helps you with organization by Brian P. Morgan. So I was able to listen to this one pretty fast. And it pretty much helps you to prioritize things on a weekly basis and breaking down things to where in 12 weeks, you've pretty much have outperformed the average person, because most people are not as diligent about their time and their planning. The 12-week year helps you to really see that you can do more in a small amount of time if you're intentional about it. And in the book, it has various aspects of different things that you could do to get there. So I would say these two combined were the most powerful pieces of information that I invested into my brain for 2023. Change Your Mind, R.J. Spina, and then 12-Week Year by Brian P. Morgan. I will tell you, if you want to get to the next level, it's going to be very, very, very important that you're reading something, that you're attending a class, and then for your business, if you're going to different webinars, seminars, classes, that's going to help you to get to the next level. People stay stagnant and they become fearful when they don't know things. But if you are more knowledgeable of your industry, knowledgeable of, science as far as how your brain works, if you are more knowledgeable of yourself, then you're going to be more confident in what it is that you can do. Okay. So definitely check out those books. Until next time, stay profitable and stay great. Share this with a fellow budding entrepreneur. And until next time, y'all, Stay profitable, stay great. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.